This is a comment that got me into thinking a lot about this. As one point in my life, I was in that stage, and this is something that resonates with many. We often struggle with urges, wrestling with why it feels so difficult to retain semen. Here's a shocker. An eye-opening fact. Only 1% of people manage to retain semen over long term without giving in to the natural cycle of release. Most of us experience similar difficulties, feeling like they're constantly losing a battle they don't fully understand. But have you ever asked yourself, why is retaining semen so difficult? Semen retention isn't mainstream in scientific literature, but we do have psychological and biological insights that help explain why holding back is challenging. Human bodies are wired to maintain a natural cycle of sexual release to keep things balanced. Studies on male behavior show that after only a few days of abstinence, most men start experiencing noticeable increases in tension. A large-scale survey from Indiana University found that about 90% of men report strong urges to release when attempting abstinence, making the struggle to retain semen almost universal. When we look at testosterone, things get even more nuanced. Research, including one published in the Journal of Andrology, shows a brief spike in testosterone levels after 3 to 7 days of abstinence. But this increase doesn't last. Levels return to normal after a week. While some people claim long-term abstinence boosts testosterone, there's no strong evidence to support this, and long-term retention might even lead to stress due to unchanneled energy. You can find the link to the sources in the description box. A critical question to consider is, why do we often feel guilt or shame around semen retention or masturbation? Much of this comes from societal norms or cultural conditioning that can make us feel that our natural urges are something we should repress or be ashamed of. This conditioning can put us in a mental state of shame, where we perceive every failure to retain as a lack of control or weakness. If you're feeling burnout or guilt, take a moment to examine whether this belief is actually yours, or if it's been placed there by societal expectations. Reflecting on this could open doors to new perspectives and relieve some of the guilt associated with retention or masturbation. Often, understanding the roots of these feelings can help reshape how you view them. Will shifting your mindset help? True change begins when you stop seeing your urges as the enemy. This means moving from resisting urges to accepting them as part of you. When we make our natural instincts the enemy, we create a mental battle that makes it harder to find balance. Instead of trying to suppress or avoid, learn to coexist with these urges in a healthy way. A good first step in breaking free is to practice mindful awareness. By noticing when urges arise without judgment, you start to weaken their grip. This acceptance doesn't mean giving in at every turn. It means recognizing urges without feeling shame, knowing they're a natural part of you. Acceptance opens up space for a powerful shift, channeling that energy constructively. Here are ways to direct this energy for personal growth. Engaging in regular exercise can be one of the most effective outlets for stored energy. Physical activities like running, weightlifting, or yoga require a lot of focus and intensity, which can help channel and even transform sexual energy into physical vitality. Exercise is also known to increase dopamine and endorphin levels, which help combat stress and mental tension, making it easier to stay balanced. Sexual energy is also creative energy. People who practice retention often experience heightened focus and creativity, which can be redirected into music, art, writing, or other creative outlets. Whenever you feel the urge, pick up a project you're passionate about. This not only diverts your attention, but allows the energy to flow into something that brings fulfillment. Channel your drive into personal goals or learning new skills. If you're on a path to self-improvement, use your focus on retention as a reminder to pursue your goals actively. Set a milestone, be it personal, professional, or educational, and use the energy to motivate yourself to reach it. The practice of converting this energy into action can make a huge impact. Meditation techniques like Kundalini yoga or even simple breathwork exercises can help in circulating energy throughout the body, keeping it from feeling concentrated in one place. Practicing deep breathing or meditative exercises daily can release tension and allow for a sense of calm and centeredness. Have a listen to this story carefully to make friends with your urges. Once a baby elephant was chained to a post. As a baby, no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't break free. Eventually, he stopped trying. Years later, he grew into a strong adult, fully capable of breaking the chain, yet he never did. In his mind, he was still the powerless baby, held back not by the chain but by a belief in his own limitations. Many of us struggle with masturbation or retention because we've been taught to view it as wrong or shameful, a programming that creates mental chains. The shame and guilt associated with masturbation keep you bound, much like that elephant. You have the power to break free, but you may not realize it. You might wonder if this approach means you should just accept all urges without discipline. Not exactly. Accepting them means removing shame and guilt from the process, so you're in a better place to work with this energy consciously. Start by acknowledging that masturbation or urges aren't inherently bad. They're natural aspects of human life. This awareness reduces their power over you, making it easier to channel them in constructive ways. Why should you focus on channeling this creative energy rather than retaining it? Retention without channeling often leads to nightfall or leakage because the body eventually finds an outlet. When people focus solely on holding back, they're missing out on using this energy. Channeling takes it a step further. You transform that energy into something positive, productive, and fulfilling. Imagine you're holding this energy without using it. That's like trying to capture wind in a jar. It eventually needs release. Channeling this energy into physical, creative, or intellectual pursuits means it doesn't build up uncomfortably. It flows into your life constructively. Reframing your perspective on semen retention can free you from unnecessary guilt. By focusing on acceptance over resistance and channeling energy instead of simply containing it, you can foster a more balanced relationship with yourself. You're not weak for feeling urges. You're human. The real strength is in understanding and directing this energy. Mastering semen retention is not about strict denial. It's about unlocking the potential within, transforming it, and using it to fuel your highest goals. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and with the right perspective, you can harness this energy to bring out the best version of yourself. So, to everyone watching, remember, true progress isn't about fighting your natural urges, but about understanding and transforming them. By accepting yourself, breaking free of outdated beliefs, and channeling this powerful energy into something positive, you can reach incredible levels of growth, creativity, and self-awareness. The real journey here isn't one of suppression, but of self-mastery, learning to work with, not against, your own nature. If this message resonates with you, take the first step today. Implement even one of these tips and watch how it changes your approach. Start small and build from there. And remember, you're not alone. Millions of others are on this path, learning to embrace their energy in a healthy, balanced way. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, hit the bell notification, and drop a comment below to share your thoughts or experiences with semen retention. Let's support each other on this journey towards self-mastery and growth.